What's cracking, guys? Welcome back to yet again another episode of the Honda Recap. This one's going to be different. I got a whole new thing I want to talk about. It's going to be a little different, but like I said, you know what's going to be the same? That intro. What's cracking, guys? Welcome back to yet again another episode of the Honda Recap. Thanks for joining me for yet again another Monday night. If this is your first time, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up and that bell so you're notified every Monday night at 6 p.m. West Coast time when we sit down here, talk Hondas, talk what's been going on, and literally just hang out with you guys. So what's going on, guys? Thank you all for hitting that thumbs up button. If you haven't, please do so right now. It definitely helps me grow the channel and helps us grow the community as much as we possibly can. All right, like I said, this episode's going to be a little different because I didn't really want to spend the time right here and focus on the creators and the thing that went on as of last week. I wanted to take a little detour and kind of talk about something completely different. I've spent the past couple days kind of watching YouTube, seeing what's out there, seeing what's going on, and I started to realize that there aren't a lot of shops and there aren't a lot of brands out there that are taking the time to get in front of the people that are the consumer, are the people that getting in front of the people that want to know more about you. And when I say you, I mean the creators of the actual products, the companies behind the scenes, and people that are manufacturing the products that we want to buy. And I think that's just something that we really should get into, or we need to kind of figure out how we can get in front of them or give them ideas on how to get in front of us. I've covered this a long time ago, but I wanted to bring this up again because I started to realize that there are some brands, some shops, and some other type of people that have actually been able to get in front of the camera, but, and on top of you some help, actually start. I think a lot of people, in the biggest disconnect that we actually have right now is you don't actually know who you're buying things from. Some of these brands are very big, and at that time they kind of just grow and grow and grow off just their name alone, but that sometimes isn't enough. Some people are all over Instagram and they post pictures consistently and they got all the comments and the likes possible, but you know what? YouTube is where it's at, and I honestly believe that if you're a company and if you're a manufacturer, if you're somebody who is looking like how can I grow my marketing side of the world, YouTube is the way to go. Video is the future. Pictures will always be there, I understand that, and think forever and ever and ever, text will always win. So a good picture with some solid text will always take you a very, very long way. But in the new age of 2020 and marketing, if you're not on YouTube, I don't know what you're doing. This is the prime real estate for not only giving imagery, building a story, letting us know who you are and where the things that we're buying are coming from. That's the biggest piece of the pie and the puzzle that is missing, I think, a lot of the times when it comes to marketing. I think all brands need a YouTube channel. I think all companies need a YouTube channel, and while they don't have somebody sitting there dedicated like, okay, here's the bar, we want to make that. And I think that is a big stepping stone that a lot of brands are really worried about is, okay, cool, I see something that I'm really interested in. How do I get there? Oh my God, $5,000 setups, things are all surrounded. This is how we're going to do it. That's not it. I think the people need to realize that we're on YouTube to consume content, and we're more than willing to watch anything that's out there if it interests us. And so while I say that, I believe that there are brands and there are people out there that are creating things that want to get in front of the market, and the best way to do that is to show us how you actually make that, and aside from show us how to physically make it, who you are, who the company is, how it started, your story. The biggest way to get a connection and the biggest way to get sales is one thing: customer service. If there is a problem, if you have questions, or if you just don't know about something, you call, you email, you DM, you get in front of them. And if you don't get the response that you're looking for, you can easily lose that sale. And I think YouTube is one of the biggest markets and one of the biggest abilities for you to get in front and just be like, yo, this is who I am, this is my personality, this is what I'm trying to build. And that's the fastest way to make the connection between you and the person that you're trying to sell to. Now, we already know that there's a barrier there, right? This isn't a thing. Yes, they're trying to sell to us. To me, I buy products too. So who am I going to give my money to? I'm going to give money to people that I feel are actually there, who are actually a human. They're not just a machine, right? Like, I'm not going to give my money to somebody that I'm just like, I guess I want your thing, but like at the same time, I don't know who you are. I've reached out and I never heard back. This is kind of weird, but everyone says your products are really good. So, you know, that you got to battle that. I think if the barrier was broken, and I believe video is the fastest way because you can see, you're seeing me right now. You're seeing who I am, how I'm talking. If you ever met me in person, I'd hope to think that you'd realize that I'm the same person, and I hope to be that same person. That's me talking. But like I said, if I'm watching a video and I see somebody making something or talking about something or their product or their brand or their business, that gives me a close to one-on-one relationship with a person that I could potentially be giving my money from. So from the other side, I would think that you would want to present that in the best way. And honestly, at this point in time, even if it's Instagram TV, videos on Instagram in general, it's the fastest way to build that connection. Not just because it's another form of media, but another reason is the fact that you can actually see and rotate and be able to get a good look at the product that you're trying to sell. It's not just perfect, you know what I mean? You can't just take a shot of something really awesome and that's the only view you see of it, right? Like I was listening to a podcast and I heard, you know what, you can make a picture of your shop and the shop could look 10,000 square feet and super, super clean. But really that's a 1 foot square in a shop that's a disaster, but it's made to look beautiful. Pictures are deceiving. Video gives a little bit more of a revealing backlight of what's actually going on. And on top of that, you can gain more traction here on YouTube as more people can share the video, get to know you. Personality goes a long way. And I think that's very smart for companies to start realizing, hey, we have to take social media to the next level. We need to find a way to do this. And I think the problem is that there is a giant barrier of time and quality. And I believe everybody can make time if they set their mind to it. And also don't worry about the quality. It's consistency and just being yourself, because I always said personality wins. Recently on my Instagram, I put up 2 videos that I made. One video a long time ago was what's expected to you if you get a sponsorship. There's a lot of things in there that was actually really good advice, and I've been watching a lot of videos about it, and a lot of other companies are saying the same thing. The other video that I made was how to get started here on YouTube in 2019, but everything is still relevant in 2020. Both of those I'll link in the description below if you want to see those old videos or find them on Instagram. It doesn't matter how big you are or how small you are or how much money you have. The biggest thing is to get out there and start. And I really feel that brands should really start getting out there and getting in front of us and showing us who you are, who we're giving our money to, who is making the things that we love and we're putting on our car. Sure, everyone will slap a sticker on their car, but you don't know anybody that works there. You know what I'm saying? How many cars out there have a bunch of stickers all over their windows of brands? And all that really tells me is you spent a lot of money at a lot of places, and this is just, you know, like a billboard of where your, you know, real parts came from. But you don't know where your real parts came from. I'll be real with you. Maybe we don't actually know where our real parts came from. Who made them? Did somebody make them? Did they just fall out of a CNC machine? Where is that CNC machine? Essentially what I'm trying to say is I really believe that YouTube is just the portal to getting in front of a lot of people here. And I think a lot of brands really need to kick that off. I wanted to take a minute here to not only just go over some of the shops, but ask you, who do you follow here on Instagram or on YouTube that you know is a shop and is putting out content so that you can actually get to know them. Okay, this list isn't very long, and the reason that it's not very long is because I want you guys to go out there on YouTube and put in the comments below what brands and what shops do you follow here on Instagram or on YouTube that you think are doing things properly, of everything that I kind of talked about earlier. Who's getting in front of their market? Who's showing us their personality? Who's showing us how things are being made? I want to know, because I want to go and I want to talk to them. I want to interact with them, and I want us to interact with them as well. And I'd love to meet them. I'd love to talk to them. I'd love to maybe help them out on, hey man, these are some things you can do better. Here's the you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to help at least our automotive community grow. And I know that a lot of people just don't have time because they spend 80, 90% of their time out there making the stuff that we want to buy. So if I could be a stepping stone or a little like almanac of knowledge of some way, just of the little knowledge that I have, to be able to be like, yo, look, you can do X, Y, and Z and push your metrics with this minimal amount of with this minimal amount of effort. You know what I'm saying? So right off the bat, I'm gonna kick this off with a little channel, big brand. Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to take a second here to say that this episode is sponsored by Ridge Wallet. What kind of wallet do you have in your pocket right now? For the longest time, I've had one of these, a folding wallet, had a bride wallet to match the backpacks and everything like that that came out. And I've got 4 different pockets here and a bunch of extra trash like receipts and things like that that I keep all the time on me, and I started to realize, why do we need this anymore? New generation, new time right here, and that's why I've been really excited to say, hey, I'm really loving my Ridge wallet. I gotta tell you guys right now, it comes in 30 different colors, from titanium to carbon fiber. This is a forged carbon fiber. Obviously, you guys know why I went with this, but they have white. They even have a tiki. They even have cell phone case wallets, if that's something you're interested in. The main reason I really love this is it holds up to 12 cards, and when I went through my wallet, I realized I had way more than 12 in my wallet that I never use. What's the main thing you use in your wallet right now? ATM card and ID, if you need to pull that out. But you know what I mean, guys? We don't need to carry that thing all the time. So we got the Ridge wallet here, the perfect front wallet carry. It's really nice. You just basically push right here, you pull the cards out, you put the cards right back in, and you're done. This version right here holds, like I said, 12 different cards. You can also get the version and the add-on so that you can have a money clip if you're the type of person that still wants to carry cash. But who carries cash anymore? This right here is all you need, holds all the cards that you need personally, and you can have a money clip, RFID protected, 30,000 5-star reviews. And I'm super excited that Ridge right here has a 10% off coupon and free shipping. Ridge.com/HondaVlogs. Head over there right now. They have awesome backpacks, super cool wallets, and cell phone case wallets if you are the type of person that wants everything together with your cell phone all right here. Koenig wheels. The reason I want to talk about Koenig wheels is because they have a podcast. They're instantly growing here. Obviously on Instagram, they got a huge following. On YouTube, they're literally under 8,000 subscribers right now, and they have a podcast. I believe it's like the Wheel to Wheel podcast. The reason I found them is because Jason Whitfield, who I will talk about later, actually sent me a podcast that he was on, and I learned a little bit more about Koenig, and I learned a lot more about Whitfield manufacturing. And at that point, I started to realize that, you know what? Obviously, podcasts are the way to go, so I'm really proud of the fact that Koenig is actually doing one right now. They most recently put out a video asking for people to send them sponsorship requests, and then the next video was them going over a bunch of them and critiquing, not in a negative way, but just showing, hey, look, this is what came in, this is what you shouldn't say, and this is what you should say. And I believe in the video that I made, that was what was expected of you when you get a sponsorship, a lot of the same things actually collided in being the same sort of format. So knowing that things that I said matched up with a big company who's actually looking to sponsor people made me feel good, and kind of gave me some more insight of what people should actually be saying in these emails. So guys, like I said, check out the Koenig YouTube. A lot of great content is going on right there, and as of right now, I believe they're actually hiring for an in-house content creator videographer in their New York location. So it kind of shows that Koenig is trying to move in as fast as possible within the YouTube kind of marketing atmosphere. So that's really cool. Following that, we got another person that I know all of you know, and this is why I'm bringing that up right now. We've got Downstar, Frank Downstar. Obviously, we know Downstar. He's all over, about 400 different Instagrams, but podcast, YouTube. This guy is an example of why I wanted to throw it out there. And obviously, right here, guys, I'll say this right now, that not a single person that I am going to talk about has ever asked me to say anything about them. This is all me. So don't worry, I would let you know if there was a sponsor, if there was anything else going on right now. Anything I'm saying right now is because I'm genuinely just saying it from me. Now, Instagram, right here, we have Frank. He knows how to manipulate the algorithm. He knows how to post. He knows how to create content. He now has the podcast. I think he's also Downtime with Downstar is literally over 200 episodes, and it's growing very strong. And it's on every single platform that you can get a podcast from. But on top of that is basically what I'm saying. He's got YouTube, he's got audio, and he's got Instagram. That is a really easy way to get in front of all of your markets, and I think that's really smart, the fact that that's the way he's doing it right there. And there is never a chance that you could ever email, call, or DM, and you always seem to get a hold of the guy, right? So that's customer service. He's got that nailed already, and so do a lot of other these brands. But branching out into the marketing 24/7, that is how you grow, and that is what makes it really easy to get in front of the audience. And I think YouTube is a really good tool because obviously videos can get passed around and you get to know who it is you're buying things from. Next up, we got Hybrid Racing. I talked about them in the past. We all know who these guys are as well. Instagram was a huge proponent of growing the company, but at the same time, they've been around for a very, very long time. Shift linkages, mounts, all the other parts that they've created. These are all things that have been around for 10 or 15 years. But on top of that, as of just recently, they've started creating YouTube content. And I'm really happy about that because they're building an EK9, they're building or detailing an S2000 currently. They're putting out content on YouTube, which will grow, is to let us get to know with the people out there at Hybrid Racing. We get to know who we're talking to, whether it's in email or in DMs or phone calls, get to put a face to the voice and to the person, and that brings another way for us to understand who we're working with. So props to Hybrid Racing for starting the YouTube channel. I think that's gonna go a very long way. Following that, I'm gonna bring up two channels. Same person, two channels. We've got Sheepy Race. I know a lot of you know who this guy is, and I know a lot of people love the content because it's really easy, right? You got Lambos, bro. You got Lambos, you got R8s, you got crazy turbo kits, but everybody remembers Alex Soto building an amazing car, awesome turbo vehicle, but he's grown. And on top of that, he's got Instagram. The rest of his crew's got Instagram. And at the same time, not only do they have Sheepy Race, I think they're at 122,000 subscribers. They have another one that they're growing right now, which is just his name, Alexander Soto, but that one's in, porque ya sabemos que hay mexicanos ahí que vean a YouTube. And a lot of people don't understand that in Mexico, there is a large population of people who are obviously watching YouTube, and a whole Spanish creators are out there. There's really a big automotive scene and a Honda scene out there in Mexico. And so I'm really happy that, you know what? Sheepy has everything going on right here. He's nailed the marketing situation down, but at the same time, he's starting to make complete episodes in Spanish. Why? Like I said, there's a big market out there, and if you're bilingual, it's a really great way to grow your brand and just kind of get notice of people outside of the country. So definitely check out those two channels. All right, and after that, I will bring up Whitfield Manufacturing. Why? Because awesome YouTube channel. He actually did a lot of work with Danny Alaniz, the Camera Mafia, did some crazy cinematic background shots of the shot right there. I think they're in Upland, California. That's down there in SoCal. Full race. He's been around for a very long time, building roll cages, belly pans, all the stuff for safety conscious stuff for out there for the drag strip. And I really want to see this channel grow as well. And for you guys to head over to the channel to actually kind of see what stuff they make. It's not just roll cages, but it is a way to get to know, you know what? Father and son working together, building roll cages, manifolds, anything you guys could possibly need, all handmade. And this is what I mean, getting to know who you're buying things from. So the connection there was Jason Whitfield was on the Koenig podcast. We got to see the blend of two different things. And now that alone brings me into a whole different topic of conversation for right here for the recap. And I'm really happy about that because I really want to see all of these different brands, and not just brands per se, like not clothing brands, not things like that. Everybody makes something in the people that I've talked to right now. Tangible makes things with their hands, with their companies, and that's what I'm trying to do right here. All right, and then after that, I wanted to talk about some other things too that I want you guys to also throw down in the comments, and that's shops. I know a lot of you guys out there know, and we may actually follow legitimate shops that are trying to get onto YouTube, and by trying, I mean actually successfully have done it. And right off the bat, we have LHT Performance. Obviously, you guys know these guys, S2000s, Civics, K-Series, B-Series. These guys are legitimately building things out there day to day, showing you how to weld, how to fabricate, how to make a bunch of stuff, the builds, to put the quality of work that they put into the fact that people have shipped them cars from across the state so that they know LHT Performance will take care of me. So as a shop, that's really good. You get to show your work, show your personality, show your business, and then at the same time, people are like, yo, I'm willing to send my car to you. That's a good way to use, manipulate, and benefit and get a high value ROI using YouTube, getting in front of content people and people that are up like me who are sitting there and wanting to actually watch a bunch of stuff that's going on right here. Following that, we've got PFI Speed. Obviously, you guys know them out in Colorado. You know, Brent, super solid dude. Awesome cars there. Jamie, awesome people working there. All under one roof, doing everything possible to keep the shop moving. Why? Because it's a passion project right there. Brent has said it many times, self-taught tuner, self-taught fabricator. Everything he knows is from being hands-on. As of lately, you can actually see some videos that they've kind of put out. Brent's out of town doing his own thing, but people are holding down the shop and getting their personal projects done to make the track, because that's how you know it's for them. They do it for their own heart and for their own love, and along the way, they get to help us get on track. They get to help us get our cars back to the track. Next up, we have another company. HP Logic. Out there in Florida, you've probably seen them coinciding with a bunch of different channels, but again, like I said, importing cars, tuning cars, and fixing. Why would we go there? One, the content is super fun to watch. You want to import a car, you already know they've done it, they have the connections, and they're showing you how they're doing it. Again, personality. Getting on YouTube, you get to hear a face, you get to hear a voice, and put a face to who you're talking to in the DMs, in the emails, and in person. If you want to buy something, you are willing to make that connection. You're willing to make that effort because you know you're not just going to a website, clicking buy, talking to somebody who's out there in Virginia, and then you're like, cool, all right, my car is gonna get shipped over to me. YouTube allowed the fact for you to go watch HP Logic, see the cars that they have. You wanna buy that cappuccino? Hit them up. You know who you're talking to. You know what I mean? And that kind of brings an extra layer of trust as far as transaction and business. All right, last but not least, between shop and manufacturer, I will bring up Hasport, aka VTech Academy. You guys have watched this. Midnight Oil, their podcast. It's a way to expand on YouTube and into different markets. Why? Because we all have seen how Hasport mounts are made. All the brackets are made there, welded there, all the machines, CNCs that they have, so all the aluminum stuff that they have, they're all in there. Midnight Oil, you get to sit with Brian and Carter and kind of just talk about things. You're sitting there in the DMs on live, asking them questions, they'll respond, doing everything they can to bring the knowledge that Brian and Hasport has and giving it right back to you right there in VTech Academy. Full circle, doing what they do best, and that is create stuff, and now they're creating content. So props to you guys. You're definitely doing your thing. I'm super proud that you guys are actually knocking that out. All right, guys, with that said, that's about it. I really wanted to spend this time and kind of talk about, you know what, how can we help these brands? I really want to do that. And I know it kind of seems weird, like, okay, guys, I know it kind of seems weird, like, all right, Christian, that's cool. These guys are really big. They don't need us. But that's not true, man. That's just literally not true. I've worked at a shop that has manufactured things. A lot of companies don't have time. They don't have time to do it and deliver and help and deal with the rude emails that some people really send, man. It's real. I'll be straight up 100% raw with you for this 1 second. I've read emails and I've had to deal with the customer service side of places. You wouldn't believe the things that people have sent to companies looking for things, or just, it's not fun. It's really not fun, and these people are literally trying to build a brand. They're trying to build something from their passion and deliver to their customers, and then they get these really bad emails and have to deal and field customer service, and it kind of makes them not want to do what they're doing anymore. And the reason I'm being so honest with you guys is because this is real facts. It's just real facts. So I wanted to bring up what brands are starting new YouTube channels and Instagrams, and I want you in the descriptions below to let me know if you know of shops and brands that I didn't mention, because I didn't mention that many. So if you know more, I want to hear about them. And I want to hear of shops that are doing the same things that these other guys are doing to kind of show, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. And I really want to get in front of those guys, and maybe I could help them in some way. And maybe we can help them in some way, seeing that, you know what, we're here, we love to watch, and at that same time, we want to support them with whatever they're doing. So with that said, guys, thanks you for watching another episode of the Honda Recap. If this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and that bell so you're notified every Monday night at 6 p.m. West Coast time when this airs. Absolutely head over to HondaVlogs.com/shop. Pick yourself up a shirt, hoodie, or sticker, or anything else you guys want to support the channel. I really appreciate everybody who has already. Thanks for tuning in for another week, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.